the thing that comes out of their mouth, that's their tongue, right?
Yeah. And their tongue is, you can tell how long their tongue is by looking at their teeth, because they can extend their tongue the length of their hand. And it's split. So when they flick it out and it hits liquid, it splits. And there are these little pouches that work like little buckets. And it squeezes it out when he rolls his tongue back.
So it's kind of like dogs, the way that they roll their tongue.
Mm-hmm.
That little thing touches water is crazy.
Yeah, and their tongue, when it's retracted, is behind their skull. It's like in the back of their neck.
Really?
Yeah. If you watch right between the wings on their face, the back of their neck, when they're eating, you can see their neck bulging.
It's kind of where, like, their, you see right where the feather, like their face feather is?
Mm-hmm.
So is that one right there female?
Yes. The Costa females have a long beak with a slight curve.
Oh, okay, I kind of did see it.
And,
It kind of curves a little bit down.
mm-hmm. And they also have a very subtle stripe of yellow down the back. That guy purchased. Sometimes if I'm out here without a hand feeder, perch on the just
Oh, yeah. They know you by now.
Mm-hmm. Most of these I've known since they were born.
Really? How long ago did you put this all out?
About 7 years. I was really, really sick. About the only thing I could do was to sit and watch like one hummingbird feed. So when I got better, I kind of went nuts.
Hey, I don't know if I see this everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you're doing better now?
Yeah. Although, you know, I'm old and stuff's catching up.
Still got a lot of life in you, Steve.
I hope so. But I had a wanton, reckless, and indulgent lifestyle for a long time.
What's the craziest memory that you can recall?
Okay. Well, there was the time I puked on the audience at a sold-out show at Jack Murphy Stadium.
You're lying.
And then there was one time I came to, and all I knew was that I was in a Holiday Inn. I didn't know where. I didn't know dates or time or anything. All I knew was that I was on a Holiday Inn. I had suitcases and instrument cases on the floor, so I figured I was working. So I go down to the front desk and they say, "Where am I?" And the kid goes, "You're at the Holiday Inn." I said, "I know that. I read the towels. Where am I?" And he looked at me really weird. And he said, "You're in Las Vegas." I looked out, there was the whole fucking strip. On my way back to the room, I remembered I lived in Las Vegas.
Oh.
I have no idea how that happened.
Oh my
A likely scenario is that I had been on the road
god.
and flew into the airport with my usual absolutely fucked up status. And the flight attendants and the skycaps, who were all very used to seeing me in all kinds of weird shape, just loaded me in the cab and said, take me to the hotel.
So they already knew. They're like, oh, we'll just take them in.
Yeah, they just put me in the car with the luggage.
That's funny. How old were you?
7.
No way. Oh, Steve. You are a fun one, aren't you?
I've had my moments.
Wait, so you lived in Las Vegas?
Yeah. Worked 4 nights a week, making around $130,000 a year. Yeah. Of course, I had to play some really shitty shows.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like little hole in the walls?
No, not so much that, but like big overblown production numbers.
Oh, really?
And you're playing this note for note every night, twice.
Oh,
It,
okay.
it was just driving me nuts. And you couldn't vary from the music because the stagehands and the dancers were all relying on the music for their cues.
So you can do like too much change to it.
Yeah, especially with rhythm and stuff like that. You had to keep the tempo very high. And for a jazz baby like me, that was hard.
What did you play?
Strings, guitars, banjos, violins, cellos.
Play the violin too.
Yeah, not well, but enough.
Enough.
I could hold my own if there were other good players around me.
That's pretty awesome.
And the harps. Love the harps.
That's the big one, right?
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
¿Cómo están?
Yeah, you too.
Bien, gracias. Con una pregunta. Yo necesito información sobre los apartamentos. ¿No
no
es
sé.
aquí?
¿De los apartamentos?
Ajá.
¿Como que para rentar o?
Ajá, sí, sí.
They want information on like apartments for like renting.
I know they have them for rent. So then,
Do they have like applications? Or you
yeah,
have to, like, call
yeah. By the pool,
by the pool?
yeah. The phone numbers.
Ah,
Dijeron que era por aquí y que había un papel donde hay un número de teléfono.
la alberca está. ¿Dónde está la alberca? Yo creo que hay un número allá. Y tiene aplicaciones. Ajá, ya. Yo creo que tienen allá. Sí.
¿Está lejos o aquí?
No, si te vas para acá al lado y en
¿A la
Nicolás,
izquierda?
ajá, y otro
A la derecha.
a la derecha, va a estar allí, así está cerca.
Está muy
Está
bien.
cerca.
Muy gracias, muy amable.
That was my first language when I was little, but then I completely forgot it. Do you still have any of those instruments? Do you still play them sometimes?
Now and then, when I got really sick, I couldn't play physically, and I just haven't gotten back to
Come
it.
back to it.
Every now and then, I'll pull down the guitar and play for like 10 minutes or so.
Would that be your favorite one to play the guitar?
Yeah.
More so electric or like acoustic?
I like the acoustic.
The acoustic one.
Yeah. Although one thing I did, I spent like 8 months in Valencia,
Okay.
and I was on the street with the gypsies playing guitars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And when I came back, I started using flamenco techniques on electric guitars.
Uh-huh. What the hell? That's awesome.
Because they're sitting there with their little picks and
Uh-huh.
stuff, and I'm using the whole hand.
That's pretty awesome. This is around the time where they normally like just come in, the whole
They
family.
can't see it all at night.
Oh, really?
They go into what's called torpor. Their
Mhm.
heart rate slows down, their respirations really slow down. Gives their bodies a chance to recover from a frantic day.
So they're not nocturnal.
No, not at all. One of the reasons they get associated with the sun gods is because they're only daylight. And I like to get up at dawn to see them come in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also the time of day when I'm guaranteed my alone time with them.
Yeah.
Although I've had one person get up to see dawn with me. She was looking at me. She goes, "Oh, this is a miracle." I said, "No, this is how things are supposed to be."
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely.
And just like somebody gave them a signal, and not for the night.
Oh, is it? Do they stay close by, or do they just go far and then they come back?
They mostly go to the oak trees across the street.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot in the olive tree. A lot of them like to go into the pyracantha hedge. The bougainvillea between the Motel 6 and the Caliente
Uh-huh.
is like full
Really?
bunch. I like to walk by it because they fly out.
So little. Can't get over how little they are.
Yeah.
Even seeing their little, when we went hiking, we saw their little nest. They're so small. I kind of like just little jelly bean eggs.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I've seen a lot of first flyers.
Mm-hmm.
That's a,
So are the babies like smaller, or do they grow pretty fast into the size?
they come out of the nest bigger than the
Oh,
adults
really?
because mom's been feeding them for a month. And they need a good layer of fat.
Yeah.
So they don't starve while they're learning how to fly and eat and do the things they need to do. The learning curve is really intense. About half of them that hatch won't make it a year because they just don't learn how to fly well.
Oh, really? Hmm. Thank you, Steve.
Go put it up on YouTube.
Go on YouTube.